Welcome back to the channel, Warhammer Man back in the studio, and today we're taking a look at the Leviathan Siege Dreadnought, and we've got one equipped for close combat. If you're new to the channel, make sure to like and subscribe for daily videos, reactions, reviews, news, painting, modeling, conversion tutorials, pretty much anything to do with Warhammer 40,000, Kill Team Necromunda, Age of Sigmar, Warcry, and of course some Horus Heresy as well. So if you are into 40k or Heresy, obviously you know all about the Leviathan Siege Dreadnoughts. Awesome models. Definitely very good in gameplay as well, and we know there's a plastic one coming out, so instead of the previously forgeworld exclusive, now you can get a Leviathan Siege Dreadnought in plastic. So obviously much better in my opinion, as I'm a big fan of plastic over resin. So the new model looks awesome. Obviously now we can see the close combat version. The initial preview we saw only had the shooting version. So here we see a couple of different options. Very cool. So still not sure exactly how this is going to be done though, because with these Leviathan Dreadnoughts you can take 2 of each weapon. So it seems unlikely that you're going to be able to buy the box set and it's just going to have 2 of every single one of its options, because I think there's like 4 gun options and 2 or maybe 3 close combat options. So it's not realistic to think you're going to get 2 of each in the box. So we've seen with the Horus Heresy stuff that they have been basically offering like the upgrade sprues, so you could get whatever weapons you want possibly for the Dreadnought as well. I mean, we saw it also with Necromunda with like the heavy stubber like upgrades for the land train. So maybe that's the way they're going to go in the future, where you'll get whatever in the base box and then you'll get upgrade sprues or kits that you can purchase with the extra weapons. I'm not sure. That's just speculation, just based on what they've done so far. So let's take a look and see if there's any extra info in here. Rare even at the height of the Horus Heresy, these armored death dealers stride inexorably through incoming fire, smashing enemy lines at the closest of quarters. While the ranged variant is happy to sit in the minefield, unleashing devastating shooting attacks, the Leviathan Siege Dreadnought prefers to grab the initiative with combination of brutal melee weapons. Weapons initially designed for felling fortifications. So here we see with 2 of the claws. So we know for sure that you can take 2 of each weapon. We know that's how the data sheet is now. We know they're showing them off like this as well. This model looks great. Honestly, the paint job is awesome. I like the just little bits of like dirty weathering to it. But also just the actual model itself is sick. Something about the articulation with the legs just seems a little bit better. Doesn't seem quite as stubby as the forgeworld one. Such a cool model and awesome in gameplay. So this is sweet. There are siege claws for churning up infantry, whether they're in power armor or terminator armor, and siege drills to break through hardened tank hulls. If anything is left standing after all that, why not roast and toast them with the inbuilt heavy flamers? These can be exchanged for twin-linked Volkite calivers if you prefer a more oblique weapon of mass destruction. Just like its ranged brethren, it also has the option to pack in a carapace-mounted Phosphex discharge to add white-hot insult to searing injury. Okay, so here we see the siege drill, and here is the siege claw. Man, they look so similar. It's almost like one could turn into the other. Is that what's going on here? Yeah, okay, it must be. That's crazy. Very cool. But yeah, this model looks great. That Phosphex launcher is awesome too. Obviously has the different weapons. We'll be seeing this hulking monstrosity hit the front lines a little bit before the long-range version. Interesting. You'll also be able to pick up the melee weapon kit separately, should you wish to mix and match loadouts, while a similar kit full of massive guns will be released on its own in the near future. Okay, so there's our answers right there. So obviously speculation was correct. So there's going to be not only 1, but there's going to be 2 dreadnoughts and then 2 upgrade sets. Interesting. So there's a shooting and a close combat dreadnought offered that will come with I presume at least 2 of various weapons. So, you know, maybe 1 claw and 1 drill. And then the gun one maybe comes with like 1 grav flux and 1 of the other guns. And then the upgrade sprue will probably come with 2 of everything. Either shooting upgrade or combat upgrade. So it sounds like there'll be 4 different ways you can buy for this Dreadnought. The 2 main chassis with the weapons they come with, and then the upgrades. So theoretically, if you get 2 each of the weapons for shooting or combat in the upgrade frame, it might make sense to buy, say, the combat Dreadnought and then the shooting upgrades, and then you would have pretty much everything you need. I don't know. We'll have to see how they're packaged. Very interesting. I do like that they're offering everything separately, though, because I didn't want it to be a situation where you couldn't get enough of the weapons you wanted without purchasing multiples of the Dreadnoughts. I didn't notice anything actually different necessarily about the Dreadnoughts. I'm not sure if these shoulder pads are on the other one or if it's only on the combat one. Oh, okay, wait, these are the claws. These are the drills. But the drill is like opened up right here into a kind of claw, I think. That's interesting, yeah. I'll have to look into that a little bit more. Very cool. Yeah, this thing looks really good. The articulation looks great. I mean, it looks like it would be a breeze to magnetize. Very nice. And I definitely like that they're offering up all of the different weapon options. Sometimes they're like restrictive on what you, like the bits that come with it. And that's definitely an issue. Now, the real question is, should they have gone this route with them? Or should they have gone the route that they went with the Imperial Knights? Because that's the real question. Because one thing I do like, I mean, obviously nobody likes to pay more for stuff. It sucks when prices go up on things, obviously. But when you get more, it doesn't feel as bad. Like, I love bits. So if the difference is buy a kit for, say, $60 or buy a kit for $70 and it comes with a bunch of extra bits, I'm always, you know, going for the extra bits for conversions or customizations, magnetization, etc. So the real question is, like with the Imperial Knights, we saw the prices go up, and then later on, they essentially turned every kit into like the Canis Rex kit. And then we just saw they did the same thing with the Chaos Knights. You know, they went up something like $15, I think, from like $155 to $170. And then when they rolled out the new Knight, they gave you the upgrade sprue now so that you can build any of the Chaos Knights for that chassis. And then they ended up doing the same thing for the Dominus class Knights as well. So now you can build like the shooting one or the combat one. I actually really like that because then you end up with all the extra bits to magnetize and everything. Now, the difference being obviously what they're doing here, where they're letting you buy the chassis with like bare weapons on it, either bare shooting or bare combat, and then you can buy all the extra upgrade stuff that you want separately. So it seems like they're sort of like testing out the 2 different routes that you could go. I'm not sure which one I prefer. The issue, I guess, with the way they're doing this, in my opinion, is how the pricing ends up being. Because if you end up paying the same price and you get all the extra upgrades with it, that's good. Because you're already paying that price anyway. But if you end up paying a higher price because you have to buy the upgrades separate, that obviously is bad. So we'll see what the price comes out on the actual like Dreadnought chassis for itself. I mean, it should be cheaper than the forgeworld version, obviously. But then if you want to upgrade with the weapons, how much does that end up costing? So definitely curious. I mean, looking at what's come out so far for the Horus Heresy stuff, though, it appears to be like cheaper. Like with the Marines, instead of getting like 10 Marines for $60, you're getting 20 Marines for $80. So then that allows you basically to spend like $40 on upgrades for special or heavy weapons before it's even the same price. So arguably, the way they're doing it, I mean, seems actually like better to me. It's always going to feel cheaper when you buy something that used to be Forge World and then you get it as a plastic kit. So that's definitely nice to begin with. But if they keep up what they're doing with like the Marines and stuff like that as well, where you get twice as many and it's just a little bit more, I mean, I always think that's better because I think most armies you're going to need 20 Marines right off the bat, and then you can turn those into Devastator squads or, you know, special weapon squads or whatever the situation is. So I think I like that. We'll have to see how it plays out long run, long term, but I think for overall, I like it. And it's not like the Marine squads are completely bare bone. They still came with like a comms type guy in there and like a sergeant and some other options as well. So they're still giving you cool, but then you can buy some extra cool. So I think I like that overall. Again, we'll see what the pricing looks like, but so far the pricing on the Horus Heresy stuff has been slightly more reasonable, especially since some of it coming over from forgeworld. You know, we'll be able to directly compare a Leviathan Dreadnought and the weapons, and compare like the not the Kratos, I can't think of the name of it all of a sudden. Oh, the Sicarian. So yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. What do you think? Do you think it's cool that they're offering the weapons separately? Do you think it is, you know, trying to take advantage of people having to buy extra parts? What do you think this Dreadnought's going to come out priced at? Is it going to be priced more similarly to like a Primaris Dreadnought? And then that way it's not, I mean, I don't think that'll be as bad compared to Forge World prices. Obviously it's going to be cheaper, but I'm just definitely curious to hear other people's opinions. Like when they changed the Knights over and started giving you all the extra upgrade frames in there, I thought that was great, and it didn't affect the price because the price had already gone up. So it was either get nothing extra at that new price or get the extra sprue. So obviously I think the reboxing of the Knights is really cool, but the alternative would be to sell a little bit more of like a base chassis and then sell upgrades separately, which I do kind of like as well. So let me know what you guys think. Do you have a preference one way or the other? But yeah, we go ahead and wrap it up there. Obviously, new Leviathan Dreadnought coming out. Looks awesome. Very excited. It's cool they're going to have a close combat and shooting one. It's cool that they're going to have all the upgrades available in those 2 packs. And hopefully it is priced accordingly. But I really like the way this kit looks. And then obviously the fact that it won't be resin is phenomenal as well. So if you did enjoy today's video, make sure to like and subscribe. Really helps out the channel. We're getting close to 5,000 subs. Super excited. Want to do something special for the community when we reach that goal. But if you're into daily videos, reactions, reviews, and news, we have tons of magnetization, painting, and modeling tutorials. Check out the playlist for those. Anything to do with Warhammer 40,000, Kill Team Necromunda, Age of Sigmar, warcry, and of course some Horus Heresy as well. But that's it for today. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and I'm out of here.